What's up, guys? Well, I don't know if you're watching. I don't know what you're doing here, but thank you. 10 straight losses, a 23-4 embarrassment on your home field, 21 hits allowed, 19 runs surrendered by the bullpen. And at some point, you stop calling it a bad night and start calling it exactly what it is. I've said this for a while. A complete organizational failure from top to bottom. I've said that for months. The A's have now lost 14 of their last 15 games. And tonight wasn't just another mark in the loss column. It was a public humiliation that every player, coach, and executive should be forced to watch on repeat. But if you're still here, I don't know who's crazier, you or me. If you're still watching, if you're still wearing the green and gold through nights like this, and this show's for you, I need some company. Welcome to Last Call. My name is Booney, and tonight we're not sugarcoating a single thing. I'm so sick of myself saying the word sugarcoat. I think I've said the word sugarcoat more times in the last few months than I've ever said in my entire life. Jesus, I tell you guys, I'm not going to lie. When I saw the lineup and I was getting ready to watch the game, and I was excited. I was real excited. Gage Jump was on the hill. I didn't think he was bad tonight. I thought obviously the key hit came in the third inning with 2 outs. Curtis Mead gave a hell of an at-bat. I think it was like a 10-pitch at-bat. Got the pitch count high. Curtis Mead, the good hitter he is, made him pay. Doubled down the line, scored 2. And we gave up another run after that on, what was that, Chaparro's base hit, I believe it was. First RBI of 8. He had 8 RBIs tonight. Never even heard of him before tonight. Down 4-0. Give up the solo bomb. In the 4th, was it? No. What happened in the 4th? Ground rule double. Jacob Young hit a ground rule double. Ford scored. 4-0. I like the lineup tonight. I thought it was a young, energetic lineup. Cortez led off the game with a single. Okay. Wilson, double play. You had Soderstrom in the 3-hole. Shea, I love Joshua Grauer with another 2-hit day. I didn't like Butler in the game. I never liked Butler. He's working to be my least favorite A's player of all time. Probably not a fair comment, but just how I feel. Donovan Walton hit a ball on the dot in the, what was it, the 2nd inning, right at somebody. I love Tommy White. You know, I wouldn't say a critic of Tommy White whatsoever, but I saw Tommy White today, and he brings a little bit of character, and he brings a little bit of FU to this team. And the guy's a winner, and he cares. I want to see Tommy White part of this future. I like Tommy White a lot. He got a hit tonight, obviously, late in the game. I just like what he brings. I like him as a culture piece. He cares. He's used to winning. And right now, as far as the A's go, I want to see a bunch of winners on this team. I want to see a bunch of guys that care for each other, that want to win for each other. I don't know if the front office and the organization care enough. I think they care from a business standpoint as far as keeping their jobs. I don't think they care. I don't know. What do you guys got? Bob? I don't even know what to say about this team right now. Horrible. They are going to probably be the seller of the AL West. Well, if you notice on the standings here to the right, let me finish your comment. If the rebuild fails, it could be a decade of losing. Yeah, I thought about that as well, Bob. You're 1,000% right. What you're saying is not wrong. You look at the minor league system right now, and there's nothing really there, Bob. If we have a good draft, sure. We did. I like Drew Burris. I like Mason Edwards. I like the kids we got. But you don't know. I mean, right now, when you look at the immediate future, yeah, I think it's fair to say, Bob, that we have a lineup that's potent. We've been able to say that for the last couple of years. But when you think about this team in the future, what do we have as far as pitching? Are we really sitting here depending the whole A's future on Gage Jump, Jamie Arnold, and JT Ginn? Because that's all we have right now. That's it. As far as Major League Baseball pitchers. I wouldn't even say Jamie Arnold. You can't put Jamie Arnold in there yet. We hope he ends up being that guy. I think he will. I wonder if Kotsay gets canned tonight or tomorrow. I have a hunch he's got. I don't think so, Bob. I think at the end of the day, this franchise has always worked under very one model they have been public about since Lou Wolf took over this team. Profit first, winning second. That's no secret in this franchise. And the bottom line is Kotsay is guaranteed, what, $7 million a year, is it? He's going to manage next year. Fisher's not going to can him, get somebody else, and just pay Kotsay. I'd like to see it. It's too bad. I was a Kotsay guy, too. Billy, Booney, this team is a laughing stock of baseball the last 5 years. While the White Sox National Marlins get better, we are still stuck. What's up, JJ? How are you, man? Hey, dude, JJ, did Martin Gallegos ever answer you on X on the status of signing Burris? Just curious. And with regard to Shea, if the A's make that move and make that trade, I think it's the right move. I don't think they will. I think this front office and this organization cares more of perception and how they look versus the right move. Trading Shea for the right players is absolutely the right move. I don't think they'll make that right move. Should be interesting. We are who we are. You said it, JJ. Hobbs. So bad, I'm not mad, but ownership should have fired Kotsay mid-game. That would have made a point, wouldn't it, Hobbs? I don't see them doing it, but yeah. I didn't watch this game, but Dan, what's up, Anthony? How are you, man? You know, I watched the first 5 innings. 8-2. Once it got to 8-2, was it for me. I felt good. 4-0. I liked the team. I like where we were going. I liked the lineup. I felt a good, exuberant vibe about this lineup. I felt solid about it. I like Gage Jump on the hill. I thought Gage Jump looked great. His numbers don't look it. When you really look at his box score, 3 2/3, 4 hits, 4 runs, 3 earned, 2 walks, 8 Ks. He got hit in that 3rd inning. And to the Nationals' credit, they worked him, man. Foul ball after foul ball after foul ball after foul ball. And eventually Meade got him with a 2-out double. All 4 of the runs he gave up were with 2 outs. Other than that, I thought he looked great. I thought the Nationals had a great approach at the plate. Give them credit. Then all of a sudden we get to the We get to the fourth. Jacob Wilson type hit. Gets one in play down the right field line, bloops it in, and Soderstrom, 4-2. All right, right back in this ball game. Right back up in this ball game. Then Suarez gave up a 2-run bomb in the fifth. Just a bomb, too. Just a bomb. Another bomb. And then Sterner got lit up, man. Junior Tur, bummed out for him. Bummed out for Junior Tur. Major league debut, I believe, tonight. 2 innings, 7 hits, 6 runs. And then they scored some garbage runs, obviously, in the ninth off of Cortez. The GM built this pitching staff. He should be gone yesterday. Yeah. For me, I would just like to know what's going on. I think also, Hobbs, you got to look at ownership too on this one. People call me, hey, I'm a Fisher bootlicker, which is bullshit because I've been more critical of Fisher than most. I just am critical of him for different reasons than what most people are. I think he handcuffs Forrest as well, but I don't think Forrest has done a great job either. But at the same time, you look at this organization from top to bottom, we don't know what's going on as fans. Did we really attempt to make an offer for Sean Newcomb, for Gregory Soto, for those type of relievers? What else starting pitching was on the A's radar? We don't know anything. We may have the worst team coverage guy in the world in Martin Gallegos. He's too worried about being best friends with Lawrence Butler. It is what it is. Hobbs for A's manager in. Dylan, so much for a fresh start to begin this. Jesus, Dylan, I tell you, man, I was pretty fired up for today's game. I'm not going to lie. Yeah, Carlos Cortez starting the top of the first with a base hit. I'm like, here we go. Wilson double play. Soderstrom down looking. I'm like, okay, whatever. And then they score 4. I'm still all right. Soderstrom comes back with a 2-run bomb. Here we go. That was it, dude. That was it. I mean, what was it? How many hits did we have in the first? Oh. Single in the first. Single in the second. Grauer. And then Walton. 2 outs, runner in scoring position. Hit a ball in the dot. Went down 1, 2, 3 in the third. The fourth, we got a couple hits. Fifth, 1, 2, 3. Sixth, 1, 2, 3. Jesus. And of course, 18-2, we start hitting a little bit. 1, 2. Like, come on, man. Hey, at least my instincts finally worked out where, hey, turn the game off after 5 innings. If Forrest and Kotze is here next year, Fisher doesn't give a damn for the fans. I think they're going to be here next year, Bill. And I don't think Fisher does give a damn about the fans. I'll be honest with you. I don't think he does. Listen, I mean, you got to look at historically, and this isn't a knock on ownership, this, that, blah, blah, blah. Owners are owners, right? He wants to make $1. This franchise hasn't been, how do you say, shy about expressing that. Profit first, winning second. That's not a hate. That's just what they've announced ever since Lou Wolf and Fisher bought the team. I think it will change when they go to Vegas. But my complaint about this franchise is, listen, the A's have never really spent, but they've won. But culturally, they've always built a good culture. of players, of winners, of A's type of players. This year, it sucks, man. It sucks from top to bottom. Man. Booney checked with the pitchers and pulled when he should have. This is just a crap staff build. That's a cool looking 50s A's hat. Bobby St. 1953 AL MVP, still did at 100 years old, trying to point out something positive. This is last year's All-Star game hat. Jacob Wilson wore this one. Hey, Dustin Bolte looks awful in center. He's been making the plays, but he sure looks shaky out there, doesn't he? He sure looks shaky out there. I think he's more of a corner outfielder. I sure would like to see, for me, the future outfield is this. Future outfield is Burris in center, Bolte in right, and Soderstrom in left. But I'm so sick and tired of talking about the core. All we do all year, man, is just talk about the young players we have coming up and how it could be positive. I think Bob said at the beginning, man, this franchise really is on its last gamble and chance. You could easily see 10 years of losing. Rob said it the other day on All on Green, a post game on Sunday. The core. Everyone's been talking about the core. The core's been here. Jacob Wilson's played games at the Coliseum. The core's been here. We don't have pitching. And you could only go after so many free agent pitchers. And think about what the A's are going to be playing. They're going to be playing in Vegas. Similar, a step down probably than Colorado. It's not like people are going to be knocking on the door to play in Vegas as a pitcher. I do think that Vegas type of deal, the Vegas allure is going to attract people. I mean, who wouldn't want to be in your late 20s with a multi-million-dollar contract being the star in Vegas? Yeah, there's something to be said about that. The type of pitchers you're going to be signing is going to be as an example, is like a Luis Severino on his next contract. Luis Severino's hoping for one more contract. Or maybe like a Joe Ryan going for one more contract. You're going to have the best case scenario for an A's pitcher signing free agents is typical A's signings. A superstar towards the end of his career. Like a Justin Verlander with the Giants, for example. Those are the type of guys the A's will get. Yes, I like what they have with regard to Wei-In Lin, but we don't know what Wei-In Lin is going to come back as after Tommy John. I like Jamie Arnold. Jamie Arnold's in Double-A. I like a guy like Steven Echeverria. He's in High-A. My point being is, while I love these prospects, you can't sit here and say the A's are going to be a special team because of those guys. You can't do it. We literally have nobody in AAA. Nobody. Do we have anybody in the big leagues? No. So right now, our pitching staff is our three guys that is going to be Gage Jump, JT Ginn, and Luis Severino. That's it, guys. That's it. Those are your 1, 2, and 3. And while I like them, kind of, I like Ginn and Jump as a 4 and 5. Maybe Jump as a 3 in a couple of years. He'll get there. Severino is who Severino is. Yeah. What Bob said hit home. After the Sodi home run, either the next 11 struck out. Insane. Insane. Against Cade Cavalli. Cade Cavalli is a good pitcher. Don't get me wrong. 9 Ks in 6 innings? Whatever. They got to clean house before they move to Vegas. This product won't fly in Vegas. They'll have to win to be relevant. Yes. Yeah. You're right, Anthony. 100%. They got to win. They have to win. The Raiders can survive in Vegas being losing because it's the NFL. A's have to win. A's have to stay competitive. You got 12 out of 30 teams that make the playoffs. Almost half. They have to be one of those teams. They don't have a plan, though. They don't have a clue. Because how you build winning organization is through culture. A's have the worst culture right now in all of baseball. From top to bottom. Now, when you look at it, I like guys like I said, I talked about it earlier at the top, Tommy White. I think that guy's a big-time winner. I think you got to keep him around. Nick Kurtz, obviously, right? Geloff, Wilson. You got your outfielders, Soderstrom, Burris, and Bolte when you're talking about the future. You got to find a way to get rid of Butler. You got to find a way to get rid of Rooker. Have these guys start playing together, being around each other, wanting to win for each other. That's how culture gets built. It doesn't get built with this trash. Force is checked out. Contract is up after next year. And the rumor has he doesn't even want to go to Vegas. Is that right? I believe that. I believe that. Yeah, listen. I think I can't imagine John Fisher's an easy guy to work for either. We got to start blaming the top too, guys. I don't think he gives two shits about the fans. I don't think he ever has. I've said that for a while. I think he will spend in Vegas because the revenue in Vegas is going to be a good amount of money. He's going to make a lot of money in Vegas, and he will take that and invest in the team. But what are they going to invest in, guys? We just talked about it. There's no real room to invest in this team on the offensive side. I think we're okay there. On the other side, what are they going to get? What are they going to get? You don't have enough money, enough of an opportunity to get pitching free agents in Vegas. You don't. Because you're not going to outspend anybody for your top pitching free agents. You're not going to outspend anybody. You might compete with them in spending. You might have an equal contract or equal terms or somewhere close, but you're not going to beat them. You don't have the culture. You don't have the organization. And right now, that's the A's issue, is pitching. Dylan Butler is already my least favorite players of all time. Yeah, I'm with you. I'm with you, Dylan. Been saying it since the early last season. I'm not disagreeing. Let's look at the positive. The new park is going well. Yeah, great. It's going to look really nice. We have a rich history. The draft was good. Had a starter in the All-Star game. Yay. I really can care less about that All-Star stuff. I can care less about the individual accolades. I don't care about streaks. I don't care about the All-Star appearance. I want this team to win. What brings happiness and baseball, what makes baseball fun, is to root for your team during the summer. To be in the race down the stretch. That's fun. And it hasn't been like that, guys. And it's cool. We sit here and every time we talk about next year and the core and the prospects, and there's things to get excited about. But when we're talking about the same shit for 5 years, fuck, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26. I mean, we haven't even been in a race, guys. 21, last playoff appearance was the COVID year. 21, we scared. We had, 86 wins? We were right there. That was a fun year. 2021. That was a fun year. But we haven't even been close to a race since 21. It's been the same conversation for the last 5 years, starting in June, July next year. Okay, I don't mean to freaking put a cloud on this, but there's a fucking cloud. I'm not putting the cloud there. There's a freaking cloud. Gray. Black. I mean, I can't look up in the air and say, hey, the sun's coming in, because there isn't. It is a dark cloud. I'm not making this up. This isn't me just doom and gloom. There's a gray cloud. I mean, I'm fucked up too, though. I'm sitting here and I'm watching it, and I'm like, all right, Cortez, Williams, Wilson, Kuroda, Grauer, Tommy White, they're all going to get it going today. I'm talking myself into like Jose Suarez is the guy. I'm screwed up. Asher, I'm done with baseball, huh? You are. Hey, hang in there, Ash. Come on, man. I need somebody to hang out with during this misery. Never did. JJ, questioning why it's taken so long and no word. I lost first rounder side already. There you go. There's Martin Gallegos for you, dude. Trade Shea for who? No clue, Bill. No clue. I'm doing good. I absolutely think Langeliers is gone. I think Force has to at least fire the hitting coach. Once the A's got down 8-2, Chris and Dallas started talking about wrestling. I was thinking the same thing, Bill. Wrestling and wrestling mass for 2 innings. I remember, dude. I remember. CM Punk, right? How Chris Carey's favorite wrestler is CM Punk, and Dallas Braden worked out with him once, right? Stop it. Stop it. Hey, guys, you want to hear something crazy? You know how bad the American League West is? Do you know how bad the American League West is? First of all, each team lost today in the American League West. Every team. The Rangers lost. The Mariners lost. The Astros lost. The Angels lost. Of course, the A's lost. Do you guys know what the combined score today of the American League West was? Do you know what the combined score? The American League West lost 50-8. I'm not kidding. 5-0 against their opponents. The American League West scored 8 runs tonight, and they gave up 50. I'm not kidding you. Look it up if you think I'm lying. Look it up. 50-8. 50-8. The American League West lost. So we haven't lost any ground. That's a good thing. That's a good thing, man. It is crazy. The bullpen gave up 19 runs in a 5 1/3 innings. Yeah, they pitched well. It was good. And I thought they did well today. Hey, I thought Sterner came out. He threw hard. Ball was coming out of his hands good. I'm sure that was Garibaldi was talking about that post game. Never thought we'd come close to last season's losing streak. We're not, man. Come on. We're at 10. Last year was 11. I want to Kotze head last year when it happened. Cade Marlowe, I thought Cade Marlowe was going to get called up today. I thought he was going to be a guy. Good for him. His numbers were good. I thought he was going to get a shot. Somewhere Emerson is laughing and saying, F you to Forston. 100%. Sutter Death Park is kind of a bad experience at this point. Vegas 2028. Honestly, I'm ready for a big turnaround and a 20-game win streak. Hey, man. Hey, I'm hoping, man. I'm hoping. We just don't got the horses. Like when you look at this team and I was like the other day, I was like, hey, listen, man, just one game at a time. And I was like so fired up today. And maybe, hey, you never know. You never know. I don't know. Owners mostly care about revenue and profit. They'll only change if fans stop showing up and they start losing money. I don't care about what owners make. I don't care about what owners make. I can care less about that. I do care. To me, owners' responsibility, the head of an organization's responsibility is to set up a work environment where everyone wants to show up. That's the responsibility of a head of an organization. They could make whatever they want, but if they set up an environment where everybody wants to come to work and excel and work for each other for a common goal, the owner, the head of the organization has done their job. Everybody from top to bottom. This organization is not a fan-friendly type of organization. And is that poor fans, this, that? No. What it says is they don't want to be at work. They don't like each other. They can care less. When Dallas Braden and Chris Carey are talking about wrestling for 2 innings, it says a lot. It says a lot more than the actual conversation. When Martin Gallegos never has asked Mark Kotze a difficult question, it says a lot about the organization. My complaint about ownership and John Fisher is that he has not the perception at least, set up an environment or workplace where people want to show up. They show up for the paycheck. And yeah, that's why we do it. We work for the paycheck, absolutely. But it has to be more than that. You have to work for each other. You have to want the person next to you to succeed. And I talked on several occasions about the call-ups, how they were just calling players up and sending them down. That itself says they don't care about the human being. They don't care about the person. And when any organization, any workplace, professional sports, business, it doesn't matter, stops being about the person, you lost. You lost. And with the A's, what I have seen, it is not about the person. The players are an object. The front office are told to do X. They show up for a paycheck. It is not a good organization. Organizations have to be about the player. Have to be about the person. And when they burn through options of players, like they're just another number, it says a lot. When I talk about Martin Gallegos, Mark Kotze, Scott Emerson, David Forst, Dallas Braden, Jenny Canvar, all those singular is just a singular rant, right? That's how it comes across. But when you add that up together and you look at it, you have yourself a culture that stinks. Organizations need to be about the person. Organizations will never survive on talent alone because there's never enough talent to beat an organization that cares about each other. People will never understand that. Blink twice if you're under duress, Booney. I was expecting a meltdown. I don't know how many meltdowns I can have, Hobbs. I'm all out of meltdowns, man. Booney, you ever notice how corporate the A's are run? Yeah, I do. You are liked and have paid your dues. Leash is long regardless of performance with internal performance of coaching staff and front office. Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, you said it, man. That's kind of what's disappointing to me as an A's fan. We've endured losses and all this stuff. It's an organization right now I'm not proud of. I don't look at this organization and I'm like, yay. I still remember you watched the movie Moneyball. And at the beginning of the movie, what is it? They flash the payroll of the Yankees and the payroll of the A's. And for me, that was like a badge of honor. You were proud. You were proud of those teams. You were proud of how they stuck together. There's nothing about this organization today I'm proud of. Nothing. JJ, at least last year we had guys like Willie Mack. Willie Mack, man. You ever see that one photo last year when, or that one moment where the A's beat the Nationals in Washington? Alvarado closed the game. Willie Mack was catching. Went out to the mound, jumped on him, hugged him. It's the first time I've seen Alvarado's smile since he's been with the A's. That right there tells you that the A's don't get it. Is Willie Mack a difference maker? Yeah, he is, guys. Because that stuff matters, man. You take a guy like Austin Wynns, a journeyman catcher, technically has the edge over MacGyver at the time with the numbers and the analytics. But you can't duplicate a Willie MacGyver. That's a guy you want part of your organization. We always talk about being loaded in the outfield, but it feels like only Clark can play outfield. Even when Sodi is awkward. I guess, yeah. You're probably right, Hops. Trade Shea yesterday. It would be interesting to hear from someone inside the organization that would let it out about what's going on in the clubhouse. Yeah. Those guys aren't ready, probably ready for 2 years. Gage, what's up, man? We knew pitching was going to be bad, but should we look at our hitting coaching staff? The offense was supposed to be our strong side. Offensively, I think we've been all right this year. I don't think we've been healthy. I think that matters as far as when you look at our offense. Do I think that moves the needle whatsoever when you look at the results as far as this year? No. Pitching's been that bad. Bobby, center field problems make me think we gave up on Blade just as he was figuring it all out, man. I just don't think Blade wanted to be here, Bob. It matters where you go to work, Bob. It matters where you go to work. I don't think JJ Blade liked going to work. Don't worry, we'll overpay for a wash day. JJ, that is a perfect A's move, right? Bryce Harper past his prime. You're 100% right. The choices on Butler, DFA release trade with Langeliers, and a package. Big mistake signing him to an extension. Yeah. I don't think the top feeders would want to play in Vegas. JJ, you're on fire tonight, 100%. Ramon Laureano, that's another culture guy. That's a guy I want on my team. You're 1,000% right. You're 1,000% right. Hey, Booney, what's your best guess on how it comes down for Springs? Do you think they release him? I would at this point, no. I mean, he has a team option at the end of the year. He's still getting paid $15 million. Not at this point, Bobby. Not at this point. No. American League might have sub 500 divisioner. Insane. The ALS could really be good at AAA game. Cortez threw the ball 83, while Barlow didn't reach 80 this year. We might have a 20-game losing streak. We are half game of the way there, and radical changes now. Extreme scares players. They might respond. You know what's crazy? I don't know how this team wins a game. When you really look at it as far as just a baseball point of view, like, how do they win a game? I don't know how they win a game. No one's been pissed either. I've never heard Kotz say pissed. It's the same old bullshit line. I heard someone say the A's have the smallest front office. I heard it's like 8 people. I don't know, Bob. I wouldn't doubt it. I don't care about the size of the front office. You would think 8 people, a smaller front office would be more cohesive, right? It seems like just... Booney, you need to do A's cast after the game. We would last 2 minutes before they call that. Seems to me the culture under Haas was one where everyone cared about each other. Yeah, Bob. I mean, no question. I mean, it's easy with Haas to say it that way just because they also spent a ton of money. But regardless, even before that, you got to remember though, also in the mid 80s, they didn't win. I mean, he got there, what, 80-ish, 81-ish? They had that playoff run with Steve McCaddy and Mike Norris, and they lost to what? They had that weird 2-split season because of the strike. They beat the Royals in the ALDS, I think it was, and then they lost to the Yankees. And then until 88, they didn't touch the playoffs. And then they went on the run from 88, 89, 90, 91. But that was it. And they spent, what, highest payroll in all of baseball. Booney, MLB. I hate that too, Bill. Having players pitch. I agree. I hate it. They, if it gets to that point, just call the day. Call the game. The A's trade both Shea and Heim. Who will be our 2 catchers? Probably like I would think it would be Cole Khan, who's in AA, 12th round pick out of University of Illinois, Chicago, and probably like O'Brien serving, just whatever, 2 whatevers. I mean, does it matter now? I used to like the movie Moneyball. Now I'm older, have another take. I think it created a horrible image for the A's. Yeah, as far as I agree with you, it gave power to the owner and the general manager and basically say, hey, we're smarter than everybody else. We don't need to spend to win. And it gave them an excuse. I agree. As far as the whole deal with it goes, yeah, I agree. It does matter where you go to work. JJ, they brought in Jeff McNeil as a vet. All the young guys see as a hothead who can't control his emotions as well. For example, after he's in yelling into his hat like a little leaguer from a vet. Yeah. You know what's interesting? When I was at Locked On A's, I still remember it. The McNeil trade happened, and I forget who the guy was. He chimed in on the comments during the live show. And for some reason, his comments to me just had such credence and credit. And he said, I'm paraphrasing. He said, Jeff McNeil is a member at San Luis Obispo Country Club, Golf and Country Club. He's from out there. He's all in. A good friend of mine or a good friend of my brother, whoever it was, is a member there. And he said when the trade happened, McNeil threw a fit. Did not want to be part of the A's. That's me hearing it from somebody who left a comment on a live Locked On A's show I did, so take it for what it's worth. But for some reason, it carried some sort of weight. I believed it for a little bit, but again, like I said, take where the comment came from. I think Finley sold in 83. Was it 83? Booney, since the A's moved to Oakland in 68, we only had one good owner in Haas. JJ, we're not getting screwed of a lottery pick again. What do we got tomorrow, guys? Let's check it out. We didn't lose any ground today. That's the good news. So we're still, how special it would be if these guys made a run, huh? Just some sort of magic, like kind of an Angels in the outfield type deal. You know what I mean? 7:05 start tomorrow. Zach Littell is JT Ginn. Good. 7:05. Man. Every year, guys. Every year. Nothing's changed, man. 22, 23, 24, 25, 26. Notice I've said 21. 21 was an awesome year, man. What a run. I think we all agree as fans, you know, we're not looking, especially as A's fans, we're not looking for a World Series championship or a championship, or, you know, we want a team that competes, that cares about each other. We want an organization that's proud to be A's fans, that's proud to be part of the organization from top to bottom. I want to hear Dallas Braden get pissed. I want to hear Chris Carey get pissed. Even Garibaldi on A's Cast. I want to see him get pissed. I want to see Kotze get pissed. I'm not saying to throw rants and lose their head like I do. Just once, twice, get pissed. I think 5 years, that grants that. Shows you care. I don't want to hear about wrestling for 2 innings. Solve the problem. Give suggestions. Don't say it's important for these young guys to develop together. Get to the core of it. Is that easier said than done from the seat I'm sitting in, considering they're on payroll? Sure. Guys, I don't know. I don't know where to go from here. I'm not trying to make everybody sad, man, but fuck, it's hard not to look up in the air and see the damn gray cloud. I mean, it's fucking gray. I mean, every fucking game. Like Rob was saying the other day on All on Green, he was spot on. If you guys get a chance, go watch that All on Green episode on Sunday. He was right on. I mean, the games aren't even competitive, man. Like, I look forward to watching the A's all day. And for most of this year, it's the second, third inning, and it's ball game. And you look at the dugout, man, it's the same looks. They're smiling, laughing. Lawrence Butler's joking around with everyone today. Whatever. And I can't blame guys like Lawrence Butler because the kid's 24 years old. If you don't know any better. But no one's had a hard talk with him, I tell you that. I promise you that. Because everyone wants to be everybody's best friend. All right, guys, you take care. Hey, tomorrow's another day. See what happens, huh? Appreciate you.